It's the Pirate pregame show for softball today as North Central Missouri College hosts St. Charles College in a doubleheader at Griffin Field in Trenton. I am Rick Cole. We're a couple of hours earlier today than what we expected, with the forecast calling for a 30 to 60% chance of showers, but those showers and thunderstorms intensifying after 4 p.m. We'll be right back and talk about these two teams and hear from the coaches when we return in a moment on Pirates Digital Media.
Get ready for more. Introducing Hy-Vee Plus. Get a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, you can call our Redline hotline day or night for anything you need. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. Sign up today.
On Pirates Digital Media today, let's first talk this morning about St. Charles College. The Cougars are 22-15, and they have one tie under second-year head coach Dustin Wengert. Yesterday, they split at Metropolitan Community College. They won the first game 6-3, lost the second game 7-5. They also split Wednesday at Jefferson, losing 3-2 and winning 3-1. Their team batting average, .333. Their team ERA is really good at 3.43. Dustin Wengert talks about the Cougars, who are looking for a little bit of consistency after splitting some doubleheaders, and they head to Trenton today. Coach, you talked about how inconsistency has kind of been the theme for you guys this year. What's behind that?
That's a great question. If you can wrap that up and sell it now, or sell confidence in a bottle, you'd be two millionaires real quick. So I think it's a lack of focus sometimes in game two. It seems like game two is when we start to tail off. I think some of it has to do with, hey, if we do some lineup changes, those girls think their day is done. They're not into the game as much as those girls in game one are, so it's kind of like a checkout point. So hopefully we can right the ship there. We know what's going on. It is just a matter of trying to fix it. So, at the plate, I think you're just dealing with warm weather, cold weather. Do I swing the bat? Hey, I'm 42 years old and I still remember what it felt like to get jammed or one off the end of the bat. So I think as the warm weather warms up, hopefully that we warm up into game two. So that's what we're hoping.
How about the just the way that you have to change your schedule and play so many games here at the end of the year in a short amount of time? For instance, this week you guys have a ton of games. How do you handle that physically and mentally?
You got to tell the girls that they're going to get days off. I go into it and be very honest with them, saying that, hey, we played Tuesday, we played Wednesday, we play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You're going to get a day off, or not a day off, but a game off at some point in time throughout the course of the weekend. And I hate to say this, but sometimes you have to sacrifice a game to get that rest for the long run. You don't want to be worn down because let's face it, it really only matters when we come back up to Trenton in the beginning of May, right? Like this regular season stuff is great and fantastic, but it's really just a long preseason for the regional tournament. So we just try to be upfront and honest, try to give everybody a game break here now, especially against the girls that have been playing, got 85, 90 bats on the year. It's important for us to give them a day off. If you can get a win early and, if you can win game one, that gives you the freedom to kind of maybe say, all right, we're going to give you off game two. But then if you lose that game, you got to throw them, you feel like you got to throw them back out there to try to get the split. So, it is a fine line, but I just try to be honest with them early in the week.
Speaking of Region 16, how are things kind of shaping up among the Region 16 teams?
Right now, I think you could put all 7 teams in a hat and draw it out, and who knows? As soon as you figure something out, like you think you got some clear identity, it all goes haywire, right? We saw you guys split with Three Rivers, and that was kind of an eye-opening thing for us, and then we go down and play Three Rivers to a really tight first game, and not so much in game two, but then we play Crowder to a game one, and then Crowder goes and plays Jeffco sweeps Crowder. Jeffco goes down to Three Rivers then sweeps Jeffco. You're throwing it up and you have no idea. So I really do believe, maybe more so this year than any other year. If a team gets hot in May, that could be danger. That could spell danger in that tournament. It's just 3 or 4 days that you got to play really good softball. It's not a longevity contest there. And I know you girls and Sarah did a really good job last year. They got hot at the right time and then made a run in the regional tournament, and that's fun to see. You want to see some upsets. Hopefully, we're maybe one of those teams that do the upsetting this year. But I think it's a complete roll of the dice at this point in time. And I think anybody can be beaten on any given day, and that's the honest truth this year. I think if you asked me that last year, I was probably blowing some smoke, but I do think so this year.
The pitching is always so important. Can you tell me about your main pitching staff?
Sure. Jocelyn and Anna are typically our 2 starters. Kelly gets a start every once in a while. She'll probably get a start at some point in time this weekend. Jocelyn has missed consistency. She's going to go out. She's going to battle for you. She does have a rare arm thing where she'll lose some feeling in her fingertips. And so if you see us make an early change with that, and the score's still close, you probably know what's going on. Anna Cheatham is a young lady from Tennessee that we got really late in the recruiting process, has come up and just when she's not cracking us up in the dugout with jokes and just silly things she says, she is a bulldog again on the mound. We'll sit in the upper 50s, has the potential to probably be 61, 62 by the time next year rolls around. But does a really good job of just kind of knowing who she is and going out and throwing strikes. And I think that's the biggest thing with them too, is they just throw strikes. Kelly's probably a little bit more change of pace. Probably doesn't throw as hard as them two. Outstanding drop ball, gets a lot of ground balls, so our defense needs to be on point at that. But it's a really good 3-headed monster. Kelly's done a really good job of understanding her role. She may throw, like I said, she get a start this weekend. She may throw 10 innings this week and not throw an inning all next week. It just depends. So one thing that those 3 have really done well is compete with each other, support each other, and understand the roles that they have for each other.
Fully vested in the Trenton community since 1992, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri is a firm foundation for your financial needs. Whether you choose to utilize the convenient mobile banking app, ATM, drive up or lobby, the local staff is dedicated to providing you exceptional service. Come grow with us. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, member FDIC.
Let's talk about North Central Missouri College now. The Pirates are 20-18 under Sarah Van Dyke in her second year. They are 6-6 at home. Yesterday on the road, they split with State Fair, losing 9-1 and then winning the nightcap 8-4 in Sedalia. Tuesday, they swept Graceland's reserves 9-0 and 12-4. Overall, headed into the weekend, the team batting average for the Pirates, a healthy .337. Their team ERA at 6.16. Sarah Van Dyke joins us now. We talk about what else? The weather, and also battling against these teams in Region 16 here on our pregame show.
As always, the weather could play a part in if these games get played, maybe even pushing it back a little bit. Sarah, this time of year is supposed to be the hot time, literally.
Yes, the thick of it.
So it could be better. Are you tired of this up and down with the weather stuff?
Honestly, I think the weather probably is what makes me the most tired because it's I talk with my dad about this a lot. My dad's a farmer, and we're both kind of gamblers on the weather. So, you know, you never really know what's going to happen or what you can kind of get. You have plans for that day, but sometimes it doesn't quite go the way you planned it, obviously. But it's one of those deals that it's sometimes it's stressful because you're trying to get things made up. You're trying to make sure that everyone's taken care of, your players taken care of, the other team's taken care of, because sometimes they're traveling from a long ways away, too. And, like, this weekend, St. Charles is traveling from quite a ways away, and I want to make sure we get some things rolling with that, make sure we're lined up for that.
Right, and I think it's so important all the coaches that you're playing against have to communicate and all that kind of stuff, which is sometimes kind of tough. The weather notwithstanding, let's talk a little bit about how your team is going. You haven't played a lot of games lately because of some factors and just some break in the schedule, but how do you handle these open times in your schedule?
I really think rest is huge. Like I think resting and relaxing and getting caught up with life, whether it be your personal life, your school life, which obviously school life comes first, but getting caught up with those things, I think, allows you to be more successful in other factors, hopefully on the softball field. So we have taken a few breaks here and there. Obviously, we're doing some light work. We're not doing anything crazy to get people worn out, get people hurt or anything during this time of the season, because it is a hot time of the season, weather and, playing wise, it's the time to be playing your best, obviously. So we're just kind of taking things light, working on the little stuff, because I talk about it. We talk about it a ton. The little stuff, turns into the big stuff.
Right.
So.
Right. This is your second season as the coach at North Central. Have you developed kind of a philosophy of how you construct your lineup 1 through 9 in the hitting order? Do you have some thoughts that maybe have changed in the last couple of years? Or are you kind of already set in what you're looking for?
Truthfully, our lineup, obviously they're not the same girls, but our lineup kind of matches up to how I've done. We did it last year and this year too. We start off with speed and girls who can move girls, and then we start off with then we come to some power, and then we just finish with power, and then kind of end with speed again. So there's never a point in our lineup where I'm like, oh shoot, we're a little bit weak. Like, it's a solid lineup from 1 through 9. You know what I mean? But it's a solid lineup 1 through 9. Whoever we have out there, it's easy to trust them. Easy to trust that they're going to do something to find a way on base. And we talk about that a lot. We talk about you got to know where your outs are, what your outs are. You got to know where your runners are. You got to know what the score is, all that stuff, what your count is, and find a way to make it happen. We have a goal. We want to score every single inning. Do we always get that goal? No, but it's just something to shoot for. Something maybe some people think it's a big goal, but it's a small goal that I feel like is definitely reachable, in my opinion anyways. Okay. So that's what we shoot for. Doesn't always happen, but we're working on it still. Okay,
so from the offensive side, when you look at the stats of a game or a season, what is the most important offensive statistic, let alone the runs scored? If you scored a bajillion runs, that would be the most important thing. But other than that, what's the most important stat you look at?
If I'm being really honest with you, I'm not a stats person.
Oh, is that right?
No, I'm not.
There are some people that are like that.
And I think they're important to look at from time to time and kind of see where you're at and see where our team is at and see how people are panning out and whatnot to get prepared for the rest of the season or the next season or whatever that may be. But I'm just not a huge stat person because I don't think that it really shows what's going on all the time. I mean, it does, but I really just don't think, because I don't see the players' hard work. I don't see their attitude. I don't see their effort in their stats. I need those things on my stat sheet, and then that would help. Maybe I'd look at them more if that were the case. And I know that'll probably turn some stomachs, turn some heads. I don't know. But I'm just not a stat person. Yeah. I don't like it. And again, I look at them from time to time, but I see these girls every day. I work with these girls every day. Like, I know where we're at. I know where they're at. I know who's hitting, who's not been hitting, because that happens. We go in spurts of really hitting well and really not hitting well. And what we need to work on to get back to that plus side instead of being on the negative side.
Okay, so does that apply to pitchers also? Do you not really look at their stats real hard?
I don't look at them a ton because, we don't have a lot of pitching, so it's not like I have to look at 14 girls' pitching stats or whatever. But I know what they can do, and they are like my two pitchers. I have more than 2 pitchers, obviously. But my main girls, LK and Maeve, they pitch the majority of our games. They do the majority of the thing, and while they are very similar, they're also so different. And it kind of depends on who we're facing that day to see if that difference works, that little difference in them works. But I don't a ton. And I think it's a big mental thing. Maybe even for me, it's definitely a mental thing for the players when they're checking their stats all the time. But even for me, it's one of those things where I look at them maybe at night and I'm like, oh, what do I need to do better? And it's one of those times you just got to shut your brain off. I got to shut my brain off. I got to get some sleep so I can be prepared to go tomorrow. Really. But I don't. Stats are not my favorite thing. Yeah. And they show stuff, but they don't show everything.
Yeah, well, that's good stuff. I like that. I think as a broadcaster, for instance, I don't use as many stats as somebody else does, and you're apparently kind of the same way. So, good stuff. Yeah. All right, the doubleheader coming up here. St. Charles is in town, one of the Region 16 foes. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
And we will be back to complete our pregame show in a moment.
NCMC's Business and Technology Department asked our students, what's important to you?
I want the latest tech. I want to have fun.
I want instructors who care.
And the great thing is, here at North Central Missouri College, you get all of that in our Business and Technology Department and a whole lot more. So check us out online at ncmissouri.edu. North Central Missouri College, the small school empowering your big dreams.
And that is our pregame show for this morning. Again, we're starting a couple of hours early due to the impending weather. It hopefully won't arrive in full force until 4 this afternoon. We will see you in just a minute when we go live to Griffin Field in Trenton for the Pirates and St. Charles. Live today from the Griffin Field here at the Sports Complex in Trenton, Missouri. It's NJCAA softball between St. Charles Community College, 22-15-1 on the year, and the North Central Missouri College Pirates, who are 20-18. Hi, everybody. I am Rick Cole, and we're glad you can be with us today for softball. Although it's an early morning call here, with the game time's been pushed up a little bit because of impending weather coming in a little bit later this afternoon. They say 4 o'clock is the time that the thunderstorms could be at their heaviest. So we'll wait and hope for the best that we can get a couple of games in here today. Our starting pitchers for North Central, Lauren Crone, a 5'8 freshman who is 5-5 on the year, will be throwing for the Pirates. And in the circle for St. Charles, Jocelyn Cunningham, a sophomore from Farmington, Missouri. She is 8-4 with a 2.59 ERA. She has thrown very well and is one of the best in the region. St. Charles comes in hitting .333. The Pirates are at .337. And the starting lineup today for St. Charles, Mallory Waller will lead off. She's the left fielder. Bailey Kunert is second. She plays second base. The designated player is COVID sophomore Hunter Collins. She's a good one, leads the team in RBIs. Number 4 in the lineup, Kylie Orff is a freshman playing right. Abby Wilson is the shortstop. She is a sophomore. Then April Zeno, a freshman, will be catching. Jana Jerling, a sophomore, plays first base with Paige Perry, a sophomore, playing third base. And number 9 in the hitting order for head coach Dustin Wingert is Brooke Scott. She is a freshman. Defensively, the Pirates will be out there in a moment. Riley Murray will be catching Lauren Crone. At third base, Kerrigan Baker. The shortstop will be Carson Sporleader. At second, Chloe Bell. And at first base, Gracie McKinney. That's an infield that we've grown used to, and we've grown used to this outfield as well. In left field, Kalens Cook. In the center field, Riley Boyer, and Emma Angel in right field. When we come back, we'll take a further look at these two teams. We're kind of waiting for the umpires, I think, right now. Be back in a moment. Partners with North Central Missouri College Athletics include Pettijohn Ford, now offering low upfront prices and no hidden fees on every vehicle in stock. Grundy County Lumber, your authorized local steel dealer. St. Luke's Health System. St. Luke's unique combination of clinical excellence and compassionate care makes them the best place to get care. BTC Bank, agriculturally minded, service-oriented, and driven to strengthen the communities it serves. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri. Bank on the go with Farmers Bank mobile app. You can see the skies are cloudy. They kind of go between clearing and then very overcast. Kind of feels every once in a while with the wind that it's getting a little colder, which may indicate some rain coming in. But we're hoping for the best, and you can see the field is in pretty good shape today as we get ready for St. Charles and North Central Missouri College. Both teams played yesterday. In fact, St. Charles has been on the road for an extended period of time this week. They also will play tomorrow at State Fair. The Pirates played yesterday at State Fair. They lost the first game 9-1 and then won the second game 8-4. They last played before yesterday against Graceland here at home, 9-0 and 12-4 wins against Graceland on Tuesday. St. Charles, as we said, is in the middle of a long road trip. They split yesterday at Metropolitan, winning the first game 6-3 and losing the second game 7-5. Wednesday they split at Jefferson College, losing 3-2 and winning 3-1. The games yesterday against Metropolitan, kind of interesting. The win 6-3 by St. Charles. They allowed 5 hits, including 2 home runs, and then losing 7-5, they allowed a home run that was a walk-off home run as they are on the road. They stayed overnight last night in Trenton, so they were very much available for today. Well, we will take a break, and when we come back, we should have our first pitch coming up as the Pirates take on St. Charles College here in Region 16 play.
There are numerous career opportunities in agriculture, whether it's ag business, ag science, or natural resources. NCMC has excellent career preparation in each. NCMC ag students also participate in ag club and at a regional and national level competing in the Professional Agriculture Students Association, where we are charter member both of the Missouri and national PAS organizations. We also have a livestock judging team, and the NCMC shooting sports team is a member of the USA College Clay Target League. Ag at NCMC, just like farm chores, there are plenty of things to do and opportunities to learn every day at the Barton Farm campus here at North Central Missouri College.
Cloudy skies and 64 degrees. The temperature is supposed to reach up to 67 today. And looking at the revised forecast, cloudy skies for now, but a 30% chance of rain an hour from now. And that continues basically until it goes up to 50% at 4 p.m. So we could be fighting through some showers here. Hopefully we'll get both games in, as these two teams are very close in the Region 16 standings. And hoping for the best of luck today as they face each other in this rivalry that kind of started last year. The Pirates won 4 games from St. Charles in the regular season, and these two teams will meet again April 23rd at St. Charles. There you see on the left-hand side of that meeting, that's Sarah Van Dyke, and in the red jacket on the right-hand side of that group is Dustin Wengert. Both Dustin and Sarah are in their second years. Dustin Wengert is formerly of Mineral Area College. He also has coached at Perryville High School and was an assistant at Westminster College. Well, how about the pitching matchup again today? Crone, a freshman for North Central, and Cunningham from St. Charles. She is originally from Farmington, Missouri. Cunningham, 8-4 on the year with a 2.59 ERA. This will be her 16th start of the year, and she has 7 complete games, going 83 2/3 innings, while Lauren Crone, 5-5 with a 5.35 ERA. It is her 17th start of the year, 15 complete games out of 16 previous starts. She has thrown over 100 innings now, 100 2/3 of an inning, giving up 115 hits, 77 earned runs. In her 83 2/3 innings, Jocelyn Cunningham has given up 85 hits, 31 earned runs. And that is the pitching matchup today, as that's a meeting just breaking up here, and we'll see the Pirates come out first in this matchup. That's we're running a little bit late here. Even though we pushed the starting time up 2 hours, we are about 5 minutes behind schedule, it appears. So we continue to fill the information here as we can. The umpires meeting concluded. The Pirates and the the Cougars will match up. And while we're talking about Region 16 play, Pirates Digital Media will have all of the Region 16 postseason tournament, and it will be played right here at Griffin Field. This will be basically what you get when we come postseason that first weekend of May, the first weekend. I believe the schedule for the tournament starts on Thursday. Play continues on Friday, and then the championship game or games would be on Saturday. The interesting thing about that, as far as we're concerned, is that Saturday of the finals is also North Central's graduations. We have two of them, one for the student body and one for our nurses program. So we'll be hustling a little bit to make sure that we get to everything on the air, and hopefully it will be a good experience for everyone, including you softball fans. Pirates taking the field, as we said, and we are about ready to go. As we'll remind you, coming up on Pirates Digital Media, on Wednesday we shift toward baseball. We haven't done a lot of baseball this year just because that's the way the schedule is. But coming up on Wednesday, we'll have the doubleheader with Southeast Community College in baseball starting at 2. And then Region 16 opponent Moberly area will be coming in on Friday, and we'll have that game on the air around 4 o'clock. So we will get ready here to see Lauren Crone come out to the circle. That's what she is doing right at the moment as she comes out. I'll look at our umpires today. Bob Burris is our home plate umpire. And on the bases today will be Randy Huffman. So those are your umpires today. And again, as we said, the temperature at 64 degrees, a slight wind right now, but not a lot to speak of. It is blowing a little bit out. These teams hit some home runs. The Pirates give up a lot of home runs, as you know. We've been talking about that through the year. But St. Charles doesn't hit a lot of home runs. They just have a total of 6 home runs this year. So that'll be a little bit different for the Pirates. Pirate pitching has given up 12 home runs this year. So that is the story there. And finally, I think we're ready for our first pitch as Mallory Waller steps in. She is a sophomore, left fielder, hitting .321. You see the circle in the middle of the diamond there with the infielders and pitcher-catcher. Our home plate umpire Burris ready. And finally, here we go with the first of 2 7-inning games. We think. One of the first things that you noticed is Riley Boyer in center field really shortened up and is playing the other way for the left-handed hitter. The look in to Riley Murray by Lauren Crone, and that went outside for ball 1. Our start time 11:08. Murray, the catcher. The third baseman is Baker, score leader at short, with Bell at second, McKinney at first. Mallory Waller is a .321 hitter, no homers, 4 runs driven in, and she's one of those players who, as a slap hitter from the left side, looks to get on base. Waller has a .356 on base percentage. And Crone missing on that one. So 3 balls and no strikes here early on. Between games today, Riley Murray will be our guest at the break. And Crone needs to find a strike right here. But a walk sets up St. Charles in the first inning. Bailey Kunert, a sophomore, hitting .361, comes to the plate. Another lefty to face the right-hander, Crone. Kunert is a sophomore. She'll play second base defensively. And Crone has yet to find a strike. So tough starting out for Lauren Crone, the freshman from Princeton. Boyer in center playing straight away now, and there's another miss outside. So Crone walked Waller on 4 pitchers. Now Kunert is up in the count 2-0. You can see Baker at third base sneaking in a little bit for the slap hitter. And 3-0 here to Kunert. Lauren Crone in 100-plus innings has walked 74, but she has struck out almost twice that many. She's had a very good freshman year, both in the circle and at the plate. And there's ball 4, and 8 pitches, 2 walks is not an auspicious beginning for the freshman. Hunter Collins is one of the better players in the region. She is a COVID sophomore. This is her 3rd year with a .354 average, a home run, and leads the team with 26 RBI. Her first 2 years, she only struck out around 20 times according to Dustin Wenger, so she's a good contact player. She is a designated player in this game, but is also a catcher. I'm sure we'll see her behind the plate in the second game. I think we may have had a warning there on, well, not a warning, but an indication that was a visit to the circle. And Bob Burris being very precise about that is, again, Crone can't find the zone. Frustrating feeling for the head coach if you're watching your pitcher go through that. Sarah Van Dyke, the head coach. Frustrating for Crone, I'm sure. And boy, she has thrown 10 straight balls. And you know, St. Charles isn't going to chase anything here after seeing 2 straight walks and 2 balls on Collins. Kylie Orff is on deck. Man, the runner's going to try to move up here, and they'll be safe. So the pitch in the dirt, we'll put it down as a wild pitch, moving Waller to third and Kunert to second, and the leading RBI hitter for the Cougars has a 3-0 count. Now here's a quandary for you. Do you let her swing? Do you make sure it's right down the middle? That one's not quite down the middle, but good enough, and that's got to be a huge pitch for Lauren Crone. So now it's a horse race as Crone will hopefully relax a little bit, find a strike here against Collins, and Collins looks for a good pitch to hit. And there it is, toward right field. Angel will not get there. 1 run will come in. And that'll be it. Runners at first and third on the RBI by Collins. And I'll tell you, that wild pitch figures into that. Waller probably wouldn't have been able to score from second on that. Collins is at first. Kunert at third. She moved up on the wild pitch as well. And now Orff is the hitter, the freshman hitting .388, 17 RBI. And nobody out. Riley Murray behind the plate signals the pitch. And on the block, a good spot for Crone. 200 feet all the way around the outfield to the outfield fence here. They had the field tarped overnight. We got, I don't know how much rain, but it would have made it a little sticky if they hadn't tarped it. That one's a little bit wide to Kylie Orff. Orff is from St. Charles, Missouri. She's a transfer from Southwest Baptist and from Evangel. She had 2 previous stops. One on the way. And the runner will take second base with no attempt by Murray. So second and third, and the count's at 2-1. And a big cut, but nothing there. And now you can see, I think, Lauren Crone gaining a little bit of confidence. Boy, she was back on her heels after throwing 10 straight balls to start this inning. Then giving up the little bloop single to Hunter Collins for a run. But she's clearly got her work cut out for her with runners at second and third. Sporleder will give up the run and then hit the runner with her throw. The runner now will try to move up, and the throw is there, but no tag applied. And that'll go as an error on Sporleder for the moment. Sarah Van Dyke, I think, is going to come out and ask Randy Huffman if the runner doesn't have to get out of the way. But she's going to be overruled quickly, and so the error will stand. A run scores. And runners at first and third. Two to nothing. Abby Wilson has driven in 17 with one home run, and she faces the right-hander, and there's a strike for Crone. At first base, Kylie Orff has second base open in front of her. Now, they waited a few pitches before they took second last time, and there was no attempt by Murray to make a play. Let's see what they do here. Boy, that one just misses, and it's 1-1 strike. Griffin Field in Trenton, Missouri, the home of the Region 16 playoff later this spring. Not too far away, really. 3 weeks. Smacked but foul. And Crone jumps up in the counts, 1-2. The other day when we were here and we saw North Central play, both Crone and maybe Lavoie worked ahead of the hitter so effectively, and here it's been a struggle for Crone in the top of the first. Runners at the corners, nobody out. And down goes Wilson on the strikeout. So one down, still runners at the corners for the number 6 hitter, April Zeno. Zeno, a freshman, will be catching this game, and she has a healthy .338 average with a homer and 16 RBI. Ball one. And inside strike, 1-1. Only been one hit in the inning. The 2 walks, an error, plus the single for an RBI for Hunter Collins. And the bunt fouled straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Interesting play. I always love the bunt on a first and third situation. There's so many things that can happen positively for the offense. And even if you make an out at second base and don't score from third, you still have a first and third situation. And if they throw the hitter out, you've got second and third if the runner from third doesn't score. Staying alive is April Zeno. She's from Nixa, Missouri. St. Charles, of course, is located in the St. Louis suburban area. But they've made a road trip out of this. They call it their unicorn trip, where they're seeing everybody one time and then moving on, kind of like Bob Seger on tour. And that's a ball. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning. Runners at first and third. St. Charles has scored 2 runs so far. That could possibly be playable. Baker's over there, and she drops it after she got underneath it. We don't have much wind, as we were talking about at the moment, and a lot of times that ball will blow out of play. So Baker dropping that one gives new life to the hitter, Zeno. Let's see what Zeno can do with it. Baker could be charged for an error. We'll see how the at-bat turns out. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. At first base, it'll be interesting to see if Orf goes with this pitch. She was holding with a good secondary jump. But the foul ball means we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Baseball playing today at Heston, Kansas. They start a 4-game series at Heston, a regional foe. They've been playing well. They've won 4 straight. They've won 9 of their last 11. Started 0-12. Got her, and the runner going to second base on the pitch. So Zeno strikes out looking. Murray made a little fake towards second and then looked to third, but nothing was happening there. And so second and third with Jana Jerling coming to the plate. Jerling's a .282 hitter. Crone against Jerling. And right down the middle. I'll tell you, if Lauren can get out of this, the Pirates have got to feel great. Jerling is a sophomore. Went to Francis Howell High School. Misses on that one. And Crone trying to get out of this inning with just 2 runs allowed. Everybody's staying put on a block by Murray. Nice job by Murray. That's not easy to do, especially when you're worried about that runner at third base, but she handled it well. Now the 1-2. And down on strikes goes Jerling as the pitcher Crone rallies to strike out 3 in a row and get off the hook a little bit after giving up 2 runs. After in half an inning, it's the Cougars 2-0.
I think that the A+ program is important to college students because after graduating high school, it can be really hard to know exactly what you want to do. And because of the A+ program, you can attend college, try out some of the classes, see what piques your interest, and find the career that's perfect for you without having all the financial risks.
I believe that the A+ scholarship program is important for college students because it gives them the opportunity to go into college and not have so much financial stress.
What inspired me to do the A+ scholarship was, my family and friends did it, and so I had an older sister, she did it, and it helped her throughout college, and I could take any help I can get to help pay for my college.
I think it's really important for college students because not only can it lower your costs for college, but it kind of keeps you on track too with the minimum GPA and staying out of trouble. It kind of keeps you on the right path during college.
Lauren Crone pushed it to the edge, didn't she, there with 2 walks and nearly walked another one, gave up an RBI single, and then another run scores on an error, but she strikes out 3 in a row and really in not too bad a shape here. early in this game. Now the Pirates need to find some offense against Jocelyn Cunningham, a sophomore from Farmington, Missouri. Riley Boyer takes the pitch outside. Riley is hitting .330 on the year. So Boyer to be followed by Bell and Sporleader for the Pirates. Toward the shortstop, the left fielder playing shallow, and it's Waller, the left fielder, who makes the catch. Waller in left with Brooke Scott in center and Kylie Orff in right field. You saw Abby Wilson go out on that pop-up. She's the shortstop. Paige Perry plays third, Bailey Kunert plays second, and over at first base is Jana Jerling. The catcher is April Zeno, and she works with Cunningham, the pitcher. Chloe Bell hitting .375, takes the pitch up high. I haven't mentioned it yet, but our director today is Gunnar Golden. He joins us here, directing for the first time on Pirates Digital Media. And of course, you can't see him, but he took you didn't take any bow at all. I was kind of hoping you'd take some kind of bow. Bell is a freshman. She's hit a homer. She's driven in 19 right now. She wants to get on base. 3 balls, no strikes. Carson Sporleader will hit next. Then Kerrigan Baker if the inning continues. Right on the fist, but over the black, and strike one. So Boyer, Bell, Sporleader, and Baker, the top 4 hitters. Then Lauren Crone, Haley Shepherdson, Riley Murray, as that one's popped again toward left. Waller tracks it, and there are 2 outs. After Murray, who's catching and hitting 7th, it's Kaylin Cook in left field and Emma Angel, the right fielder, hitting 9th. So 2 flyouts to Mallory Waller, and quickly 2 outs as Sporleader comes to the plate. Carson hitting .323. She has a homer, 21 RBI. And she is kind of the stirrer that stirs the Pirate drink, if you will, to quote old Reggie Jackson. Plays shortstop. Has 21 RBI, hitting .323 as we said. And the Pirates really look to her as a leader, but this is a team full of people that get along pretty well, so they don't really need a real vocal leader. Carson, I think, probably leads a little bit more by her personality, which is, well, one of the best you can find. Her personality and her shoulder turn a little bit with that pitch, and the count is 3-0. Cunningham 8-4 on the year, a 2.59 ERA. And ball 4 to Sporleader. In 83, make it 84 in a third innings now. That is the 21st base on ball issued, so that's pretty good. That's less than 2 a game. Sporleader at first base is a threat to run. But Baker is a good stick, so we'll see how aggressive Sarah Van Dyke wants to be. Pirates as a team hitting .337. High to Baker. Carson Sporleader has 18 stolen bases this year, leading the team. And she fakes going. That ball hit hard toward left and gone, and we have a tie game. So Baker hits one out of the yard, a 2-run home run, and suddenly we are dead even. That is her 26th RBI of the year, and a big one here to tie St. Charles. And that's the tail end of her swing. Lauren Crone has 2 homers, 13 RBI. She is the leading hitter in terms of average at .443 for the Pirates. We said she's had a great season as a freshman, both in the circle and at the plate. But the Pirates have roared right back with a pair of runs here in a 2-all game. And those bases on balls, boy, they just kill you, don't they? In this case, Sporleder drawing a 3-0 walk. Baker driving it out of the park. First inning, 2 walks. Both of those walks scored for St. Charles. Crone check swing, foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pirate Digital Media live broadcasts are now syndicated across several social media platforms, including YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Pirates Digital Media. Also available on our Facebook page for North Central Athletics. I think we got our Instagram problem solved. I think we're live on Instagram here, or will be soon. Crone against Cunningham. And that'll be out of play also. Cloudy and 64 degrees. There was rain overnight, but the field was tarped. Sean came out from the Parks Department, worked on the field this morning after the players were out to remove the tarp. And it's in great condition, so play on. Crone off the fist and looping it out to the shortstop Wilson for the last out of the inning. But the damage done by Kerrigan Baker as Baker hits a 2-run home run to tie it. And we're even after 1 inning.
At North Central Missouri College, we know higher education is an investment, and we take that investment seriously. From the newly renovated Geyer Hall to the latest technology at the Barton campus, NCMC has something for everyone. 2 brand new apartment-style residence halls for students relocating to Trenton. Men's and women's athletic teams competing at championship levels in baseball, softball, basketball, and golf. No-cost essay reviews by experienced tutors, virtual learning sessions, and the region's #1 ranked practical nursing program, educating tomorrow's healthcare professionals. NCMC is a school, but at its heart, it's a community for this diverse region. It's a community of high-level educators assembled to challenge you. You can see our investment in our beautiful campus, but the real investment is in our students. Now is your time.
St. Charles 2 runs on 1 hit. The Pirates 2 runs on 1 hit, and we're dead even, headed to the top of the 2nd inning. Lauren Crone goes back to work after a shaky first inning and throws a pitch outside to number 8 hitter Paige Perry of St. Charles. Perry, Brooke Scott, and Mallory Waller will face the freshman right-hander here in the 2nd. She has been getting the benefit of that inside call to right-handers, I think, from Bob Burris here early on. But again, when I say an early first inning struggle for Crone, she walked the first 2 on 8 pitches, then went 2-0 to Collins before Collins flipped a little base hit out to right center field. And now Perry, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Paige Perry, a sophomore, hitting .286. And a little bit less now as she becomes the 4th strikeout victim in a row against Lauren Crone. You look at Crone's 102/3 innings pitch, give her an even 101 innings now. And she has struck out 4 more today. That's 144 in 101 innings. Brooke Scott is the number 9 hitter, and she's a freshman. And there's that inside corner again. Pirate ERA as a team is 6.16, so that is a little bit high. It feels great that they have tied it up at 2 here early in the game. There's a good call on the outside corner, good pitch. I mean, so not going to judge the call so much. And the count to Scott is 0-2. Signs from Riley Murray, and here's the pitch, swung on, missed, and that's now 5 in a row. So since the error when Sporleader went over for a ground ball and threw it off a nearby runner, Crone has struck out Wilson, Zeno, Jerling, Perry, and now Scott. Mallory Waller walked on 4 pitches in the first inning, came around to score a run on Hunter Collins' RBI. And up high again. So 2 outs, nobody on base. St. Charles has won 22 games this year. The Pirates have won 20. And walking into that one, Waller takes one a little bit high. Now 3-0. Crone walked the first 2 hitters, didn't walk anybody since then, but is in danger of losing Waller here for the second time. And there it is. So Waller has walked again as the leadoff hitter in the order. Bailey Kunert did the same thing, later scored on the Sporleader error. Kunert's a .361 hitter, so she is a dangerous stick up there with Waller at first base, just like Waller was in the first inning. And right to work, here goes Crone. Crone again on 0-1, and she goes 0-2. And that's a nice promising start on Kunert after walking Waller. Good spot for that, 1-2. Kunert is from Ava, Illinois, Trico High School. And that in foul territory will be looked at, but it's over the fence and out of the reach of Cook. So the count stays at 1-2. Still just 1 hit for each team here early on in the 2-2 game. The big blow has been Kerrigan Baker's 2-run homer for the Pirates to tie it in the bottom of the first. And the battle continues between Kunert and Crone. Baseball at Heston, Kansas should be starting here in a little bit. When Heston came here, that was that really cold, rainy weekend where they played twice in Lathrop, Missouri, the artificial turfed infield. Line to center, and Boyer will knock that one down as the runner moves up. So there's the second hit of the game for St. Charles, with Waller going to second base on the hit by Kunert. Now Hunter Collins, and this is a dangerous stick as well. .354 average. She knocked in a run in the first inning, gives her 27. That leads the team. And she has 1 home run this year. She is the designated player today, a COVID sophomore. on the outside corner. Crone played at Princeton High School last year for former North Central Missouri College coach Steve Richmond. He retired at North Central, went over to Princeton to coach softball. Good stop by Murray. And now she comes to play for Sarah Van Dyke, who was Steve's assistant coach the last several years until she took over for Steve last year when he retired. That should be playable. Spore leader looks at it. Over is Bell, and Bell will take it for the third out of the inning. So a base on balls and a hit, but nothing doing on the scoreboard. And the Pirates and the Cougars are tied here after an inning and a half.
I chose to attend North Central because it was a great deal with A+, and I really liked the campus. I liked the smaller setting. I volunteered at my church quite a bit, and I also volunteered at Pershing Elementary over the summer for summer school, and I also did a peer tutoring thing for my high school. I plan to either attend Missouri Western or Northwest and major in education.
Pirates will bring up 6, 7, and 8 to face Jocelyn Cunningham in the second inning. Shepherdson, Murray, and Cook in this 2-all game. In the second inning, Lauren Crone got 2 more strikeouts. She has 5 now over 2 innings. She gave up no runs on 1 hit, 2 hits now, 2 runs for St. Charles, and she walked 1. That was her third walk of the game. And now Cunningham to the plate. Shepherdson 0-1. The catcher is April Zeno. And Zeno with a count of 0-2. I'm sorry, Zeno is the catcher. Shepherdson with a count of 0-2. And down on strikes. So the first strikeout recorded by Jocelyn Cunningham in this game. She is not as much of a power pitcher as the 2 other pitchers that throw for St. Charles. They've got a fine staff using 3 different pitchers. She's more of a pitcher that will hit her spots, get some good movement. We'll see what Murray can do against her. There's that inside corner again. That's been pretty big for Bob Burris. Murray is a freshman hitting .273. She'll be our guest between games of the doubleheader. 1 ball, 1 strike. Riley has a homer and 15 RBI. Center fielder Brooke Scott playing very deep as opposed to Riley Boyer of the Pirates. We have seen a home run to left center field already in this game. The wind is blowing, as near as we can tell, blowing out a little bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2. Second inning. If only there were just 2 outs. That's off the body of Riley Murray. I've told this story many times on the air, but way back when I was coaching American Legion baseball in western Nebraska, we had a PA announcer, and first inning, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1-1. And he made a big deal of it on the PA system that it was all ones. There's a nice snag by Perry, who throws across to Jerling for the out. 5-3, but a outstanding play by Page, who grabs that ball. See if we can give you a look at it on replay. The ball kind of caught her a little bit, didn't it? As Kaylin Cook is the hitter. Anyway, back to Western Nebraska, which I know you're enamored to hear the end of the story. But in the first inning, 1 ball, 1 strike, et cetera, the PA announcer making a big deal of it. The last thing he said was, you should enjoy it. It might never, ever happen again. There's a throwaway high, and headed towards second is Cook on the throwing error. So after making a very nice play, Perry throws that one away. And Cook is at second base with 2 outs. So the announcer makes a big deal of all the ones on the scoreboard, saying, you'll never see that again. Well, you know what happened. The next inning, it was all 2s. And I can't remember what he said then, but, and I guess he had a point. They weren't all 1s. He would also sing Wabash Cannonball on occasion. Off the hands and toward the first baseman Jerling, but it's the second baseman Kunert who makes the catch to end the inning. We are through 2 complete innings here at Trenton, Missouri, and it is tied 2-2. Folks, you may never see this again. Back in a moment. After 2 complete innings, 2 runs, 2 hits for St. Charles. The Pirates have 2 runs on 1 hit. And a 2-all ball game here between these 2 Region 16 rivals. Facing the pitcher Lauren Crone will be St. Charles's hitter Kylie Orff, and Orff taking that one inside. Orff followed by Wilson and then Zeno against Lauren Crone. And that's outside and low. So Crone has fought her control, no question about that. Now starts out the leadoff hitter with a 2-0 count. Orff is the number 4 hitter in the lineup. And she belts one toward Angel, who makes that catch. Emma Angel coming up with that one. And the outfielder does a fine job tracking that liner that was curving and making that catch. How about that for Emma Angel? Take a look at it again. You'll see how this ball curls. Angel had to get over there and catch it about ankle high. So 1 down on the fine play by Angel. Abby Wilson, the hitter. Wilson struck out and was the first in a string of 5 straight strikeouts by Crone, who has those 5 strikeouts while walking 3 through 2 1/3 innings. That's going to be a fair ball right over the bag and picked up on the big high hop by Cook to hold Wilson to a single. Well, you couldn't throw that over the bag any better. Wilson at first base. Abby, not much of a threat to steal, 1 for 1 on the year. Zeno struck out looking against Crone, and she hits here with 1 out. Good changeup by Crone. Each team has made one error through 2 innings and a little bit more. You know what the biggest stat is, though, so far? We haven't had any rain. Although they say it's about a 30% chance now until when we should be done. Riley Murray is the Pirate catcher, and she'll squat down and give the sign out to Crone. Riley Boyer is the center fielder. The two Rileys in the lineup together in this game. Baker at third, Spohr leader at short for NCMC. Bell and McKinney on the right side of the infield, second and first. And flanking Boyer in the outfield in left is Kaylin Cook, and in right Emma Angel. 1-2. Just missed. Nice pickup by Murray. Two balls, 2 strikes in a 2-2 game. St. Charles able to capitalize on 2 walks leading off the game, and the Pirates got a 2-run homer from Kerrigan Baker in the bottom half of the inning. There's a base hit, so back-to-back hits by St. Charles, and they've got something going here in the third. Wilson at second, Zeno at first, and Jerling will be the hitter. She struck out swinging in the first inning. So once again, it will be Warren Crone, the freshman, having to bow her neck a little bit and get out of this. Jerling, a .282 hitter coming in today. After her will be Paige Perry. Jana Jerling is a returning player from last year's team. Takes another one up high. Pirates kind of surprised St. Charles last year, winning all 4 regular season games. That was when they were really hot at the end of the year. To end the year, the Pirates had winning streaks of, 21 and 13 games before losing in the Region 16 semifinals. Jerling ready, and here's the pitch from Crone. And that finds the mark. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pirates played yesterday at State Fair, and St. Charles played yesterday at Metro. On the corner inside. So Jerling a little surprised by that one, but it's been a consistent spot for Bob Burris. And now a 3-2 pitch coming with 1 out. And foul. Going to fetch that ball. Caleb's Cook way down there in the corner. And now our softball retrieval system is broken down, and Cook will go over and eventually get the ball over the fence. Top of the 3rd inning, the Pirates and the Cougars tied at 2. Crone to Jerling. And we'll do it again at 3 balls, 2 strikes. On Wednesday, we'll have baseball doubleheader against Southeast Community College of Beatrice, Nebraska. First pitch scheduled for 2 o'clock over at Burley Grimes. And then more baseball on Friday against Moberly area. That'll be a single game followed by 2 games on Saturday. That will be out of place. So the battle again between Jerling and the freshman Crone continues. Just the way this season has gone, we've seen a lot more of the softball team on Pirates Digital Media than baseball, but baseball has played only 4 games at home. Softball has played, this is the 13th game, I believe. So that's going to equal out or even out a little bit starting next week. I think we have 5 consecutive dates with baseball next week, or starting next week. 3-2. That one will be chased and will be out of play. Those are aluminum bleachers, not somebody's head. Boy, you can hear the home plate umpire Bob Burris saying that is loud. Yes, yes, it is. How about one more time? 3 balls and 2 strikes. Uh-oh, that one's hit on a line, and that one is gone for a 3-run home run. So Jerling with her first home run of the year. And it's a big one, a 3-run blast on a line over the head of Kaylin Cook. And there is the swing by Jerling. She's a sophomore, as we said, a returning player for Dustin Wingert. She makes it 5-2 on that big home run. That one toward right. It's fairly deep. Angel, though, goes back and makes the catch. So 3 hits in the inning. They have all come around to score for St. Charles. And the Cougars jump out to a 5-2 lead. Brooke Scott, the number 9 hitter in the order, struck out against Crone. That was back in the 2nd inning. And Lauren misses high again. Right down the middle. Two balls and a strike. On deck, Mallory Waller hoping to get another chance here before the inning turns over. 2 balls and a strike. Right at the third baseman, Baker, and that will end the inning on the 5-3 put out. But the big blow in the inning, a 3-run home run by Janet Jerling, and the Cougars back up on top as they lead it 5-2 after 2.5 innings. Pirate Softball today on Pirates Digital Media. Thank you for joining us, whether you're a Cougar fan or a Pirate fan. I am Rick Cole. Gunnar Golden makes his directorial debut for the Pirates today. And the Pirates again find themselves down by multiple runs as the top of the order comes up to face Jocelyn Cunningham. Cunningham to see Boyer for the second time, and there's a strike. 3 hits in the inning for St. Charles means they have 5 runs on 5 hits. The nice part and the silver lining, I guess, for that is that none of the base runners were put on base by a walk. Singles by Wilson and Zeno, and then the 3-run liner by Jerling for the run. And that'll be near the fence, third base side, and out of the reach of the left fielder, Waller. Boyer, Bell, and Sportleader in the inning for the Pirates. And this is basically the same lineup that faced Cunningham when the Pirates were down 2-0 in the first inning. So let's see if they can't put some people on base here and get back a little bit. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Boyer. Riley is from Maysville, Missouri, 5 feet 5 inches tall. Against Graceland last week in the second game of the doubleheader, went 3 for 4. Had an RBI in the second Graceland game, also a stolen base. Unfortunately, the box scores were not available, nor the updated cumulative stats for the Pirates after yesterday's doubleheader, so we're giving you some info that's a little bit dated, but we'll pretend it's legit. There's a swing and a miss, and Boyer, I'm sure, would like to have that over as that was up by her eyes. The second strikeout for Jocelyn Cunningham comes as the first out of the third inning. Chloe Bell is the hitter. The second baseman flew out to Waller in left for her first at-bat. That's even a little higher. Cunningham with a great reaction in the circle, like, whoa, what was that? She's still having some fun with that. Cunningham has struck out 1. She hasn't walked anybody. Struck out 2 now, I guess. And she did walk somebody. She walked Sportleader. So my stat keeping is like all over the place here. Let's update everything. Towards center, but handled by Scott, who makes the move to her right. And there are 2 outs. Sportleader walked and then was driven home by Kerrigan Baker's 2-run homer in the first inning, tied the game at 2-2 at that point. The 3-run homer by the Cougars' Jenna Jerling is the difference right now. Toward left field, Waller was playing shallow and has no problem with that one, and it is a 1-2-3 inning for Jocelyn Cunningham. The Pirates and the Cougars are through 3, and the Cougars have the 3-run advantage. Partners with North Central Missouri College Athletics include BTC Bank, agriculturally minded, service-oriented, and driven to strengthen the communities it serves. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, bank on the go with Farmers Bank mobile app. Grundy County Lumber, your authorized local steel dealer. Pettijohn Ford, now offering low upfront prices and no hidden fees on every vehicle in stock. St. Luke's Health System. St. Luke's unique combination of clinical excellence and compassionate care makes them the best place to get care. Through 3 innings, 5 runs, 5 hits for the Cougars of St. Charles College. The North Central Missouri College Pirates have 2 runs on just 1 hit against Jocelyn Cunningham. Pitcher Lauren Crone goes back to the circle for North Central and will face the top of the order. Waller hits for the 3rd time. She's walked twice. Bailey Kunert has walked and singled, and then Hunter Collins has an RBI single and a pop-up to Chloe Bell. We'll play the second game of the doubleheader about a half an hour after the first game is concluded. And again, we'll have our At the Break feature between games of the doubleheader. Riley Murray, who gets ready to receive this first pitch, will be our guest. And a strike called. Bob Burris behind the plate. Randy Huffman is the field umpire. Let's do a little check of the weather. I loved the comment that Sarah said in her pregame interview about she and her dad have become kind of experts on predicting the forecast. Most softball coaches and baseball coaches, especially in the spring, become pretty good meteorologists. They are saying that the 40% chance of rain is now at 1 o'clock, and it'll stay right about there until 4 when the percentage goes up to 50%. The winds are at 10 miles an hour. So 64 degrees, very comfortable. Waller with the count of 1-2. And it'll stay at 1-2. They're saying the batter stepped out of the batter's box, and so they're calling her out. So that's an easy way to get an out for Crone. And there's 1 out. Bailey Kunert has walked and singled up the middle. Not much, if any, pushback from Dustin Wingert, and Crone ready to face Kunert. That's fouled out of play for strike 1. Pirates Digital Media live and syndicated on YouTube, Facebook, a couple of other places. Still trying to work on the connection with Instagram. That's one of the reasons this year why we are combining both games of the doubleheader into one broadcast, so we don't screw up that syndicated connection. Toward the center fielder, Boyer. 2 outs. So Waller out of the box for the first out. Kunert flying to Boyer, and now Hunter Collins. Collins an RBI single and a pop-up to second base. A 3-run home run by Jana Jerling of the Cougars has made this a 5-2 game. Pirates have a 2-run homer from Kerrigan Baker for their 2 runs. And right in there to Collins. Kylie Orff on deck. And Crone trying to stop things right here. That one's hit high. Cook in foul territory will reach behind her and grab it on a long foul fly ball grabbed by the left fielder. 3 up, 3 down as Crone finds her rhythm a little bit, and the Pirates will come up in the 4th. Pirates in the fourth. Kerrigan Baker will lead it off. Then Lauren Crone and Haley Shepardson for the Buccaneers. First of two games here, and the Pirates about 3 games, give or take the Region 16 standings, but basically behind St. Charles. So this is a big doubleheader for the Pirates as they jockey for position in the R16 regional tournament. And Baker takes a strike from Jocelyn Cunningham. Cunningham, 3 innings of work, no walks, 2 strikeouts. And a changeup misses way high. Pirates' only hit has been by Baker, and that was the 2-run homer that tied it in the bottom of the first inning. And a long, hard strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, starting the 4th inning. Pirates splitting at State Fair yesterday. They split here at home against State Fair, who will forget the walk-off homer by Haley Shepardson in the 9th inning. Hit hard at the shortstop. Wilson surrounded it and then threw it away. That one goes into the dugout, so they'll award Baker second base on the throwing error. And that's too bad for Wilson because she had a tough time getting to that ball and hanging on to it. And then, I don't know, maybe she felt a little bit rushed, but just threw it up the line, and that allows Baker to go to second base. Lauren Crone popped up to Wilson her first time. And now faces Cunningham. Second error by St. Charles in the game. Behind the plate, April Zeno. Saw Wilson at shortstop, joined up the middle by Bailey Kunert. At third base, Paige Perry, and at first base, Zierling. Throw behind the runner. Good stretch by Kunert, who for some reason tried to maintain contact with the bag, but didn't need to. At least that's the way it looked. And a big cuts by Lauren Crone. Lauren came into the doubleheader leading the Pirates in average. 2 homers, 13 RBI. Just down low. Toward left field, fairly deep, but going back, making the catch is Waller, and the runner will hold at second base. So Crone hit it well, but Waller is there, and Baker stays at second. Now Haley Shepardson for the Pirates, who are down by 3. Talked about that home run she hit against State Fair here at home. After maybe Lavoie tied it with a grand slam home run in the bottom of the 7th on a 2-strike count. Then Shepardson hit the solo home run to win it in the 9th. What a big moment. Outside by Cunningham. 2 balls and a strike. Pirates got down 2-0, came back and tied it in the bottom of the first inning. And then in the 3rd inning, Zierling hit a 3-run home run. And that's where we are. 2 balls, 1 strike. Shepardson back in there. She's the designated player today for Gracie McKinney, who's playing first base. Now 2-2. Kylie Murray will hit next. I'm sorry, Riley Murray, said Kylie. And there's the throw again behind the runner, but just barely in as Baker. Talking about Shepherdson's home run in that game, earlier in that game, she had walked her way around to score a run. She bunted for a base hit. And then I think she stole second, went to third on a play in the infield. Ended up scoring to manufacture a run. Baker at second with one out. Shepherdson swung and missed at a third strike from Cunningham, her first at bat, and now draws the walk. So the second walk issued by Cunningham. Baker at second base. Kylie Murray hit a stinger at the third baseman, Perry, who snagged it on a short hop and threw a cross for the out.
Go, turn it in, Phil.
That's hit a long way. And we are tied again. A 3-run homer by Riley Murray. How about that, Pirate fans? Here is the swing by Murray. And you can see the reaction of Cunningham, who took her glove off and knew it was gone. So an error, a walk, come around to score on the 3-run home run by Murray. And a strike to Kalins Cook. So the second hit for the Pirates is also dramatic, is also a home run. And they've gotten the most out of their base hit money with a 2-run homer and a 3-run homer. Cook reached on an error her first time up. Off the end of the bat, a chance at first base, and the catch made over there by Jerling for the out. So now 2 outs. Emma Angel popped up to Kunert at second base, her first time at the plate. But the Pirates have tied it here with the 3-run homer by Riley Murray. Emma coming in at .293 before popping up in her first at bat. Riley Boyer would be next if the Pirates can extend the inning. Nobody on base, 2 outs. And that'll be out of the reach of everybody on the check swing by the sophomore Emma Angel. Emma is from Ladonia, Missouri, 5 feet 4 inches tall. She has done a little bit of pitching for the Pirates as well. Right at Kunert, who still has time, and not in time as Angel gets down the line in a hurry. So another error by St. Charles in the inning. That's their second and their third overall. And Angel on base for Riley Boyer, who is 0 for 2. Boyer is a slap hitter in the outfield who responds by shifting to a short left fielder, Waller and Scott, over to the, if you will, weak side, the left field side from center. And right down the middle, 1 ball, 1 strike. Emma Angel has that great speed. Let's see if they choose to run her. She has gone 0 for 2 in stolen base attempts. That's interesting. This is back to the catcher, but it's off the backstop. And no chance for Zeno. That is really interesting that Angel, with that great speed, is 0 for 2 in stolen bases. I'm going to check and make sure that's right. That's what it says. One, 2 to Boyer with 2 outs. Again toward Wilson. And this throw is on the mark, and the inning comes to a close on the 6-3 putout. But again, it's a home run that provides the thrill as Riley Murray hits a 3-run home run for the Pirates in the inning. And the Pirates have tied it up at 5 after 4 complete.
Dream is to help kids living on the streets with education.
Charles, what's up, buddy?
Wow, we help. Wow. How you doing? My heart about to jump on my chest, man.
Charles, you ought to be proud, man.
I'm just extremely grateful they were here. That's something that these kids are going to remember for a lifetime.
So far, a classic duel between a couple of pretty good teams as St. Charles and North Central are tied at 5-all. The Pirates have 2 big home runs, one from Kerrigan Baker, one from Riley Murray, and a 3-run homer from Jana Jerling for the Cougars, along with an RBI single by Hunter Collins and an error that was responsible for the second Cougar run. So Lauren Crone goes back to work for North Central here in the 5th inning, facing number 4 hitter Kylie Orff. The catcher is Riley Murray, and looking in is Crone. Check swing, foul ball, I believe.
Okay, all right. Let me know if you need a little time.
Through 4 innings, 5 runs on 5 hits for St. Charles, 5 runs on 2 hits for the Pirates. And that ball evidently took a little bit of a bite out of Riley Murray. He takes an extra heartbeat and gets a little bit of a break. And now goes back to work. Down low by Crone. Cook, Boyer, and Angel across the outfield, left to right. And around the horn, Baker, Sporleader, Bell, and McKinney, with Murray behind the plates in support of Lauren Crone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just missed. Between games, we'll have the interview with Riley Murray. Just behind Sporleader, the shortstop outs onto the grass. Carson has been very solid for the Pirates at shortstop. She's celebrating that catch a little bit with her teammates in kind of a lighthearted way. As Abby Wilson steps in, Abby is 1 for 2. She lined a single down the left field line. In fact, I think that was the ball that went over the bag, hit the bag, and Cook was over quickly to hold her to a single. And up 2-1. Pirates have tomorrow off, but St. Charles will head to Sedalia for a doubleheader with the Roadrunners. 1 ball, 1 strike. Let me correct the count. High in the air, but easily within reach of Boyer. and there are 2 outs. April Zeno has a single and has scored a run. She's also struck out against the right-handed freshman, Lauren Crone, who has struck out 5, and they all came in a row, stretched between the first and the second inning. And a ball to Zeno. April Zeno from the right side against the right-hander Crone. Crone with a 5-5 record coming into the game. This is her 17th start of the year, and she has gone 15 complete games in her first 16 starts. She has been a workhorse. She and Maeve Lavoie have been the 2 main pitchers for the Pirates, and I guess we can assume we'll see Maeve in the second game. Right now, a 3-0 count with nobody on base and 2 outs. Janet Jerling hit the 3-run homer last time, and she's on deck. Oh. 3-1. St. Charles fans, by the time you see your team play here again in the regional tournament, those trees beyond the outfield will be all blossomed out. Now 3-2. It's fun both at baseball and at softball as we do the game starting in it seems like the middle of winter to watch those trees kind of develop and know that by the time we get to May, the first part of May, they'll be fully bloomed. 3-2 coming to Zeno. Lined at Boyer, and she makes that catch to end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning for Lauren Crone, highlighted by that nice catch by Boyer in center field. And the Pirates will come to the bat tied at 5 in the bottom of the 5th.
The NCMC Library is a great place to come to study, to relax. If you come into our library, we have about 32,000 books for you to check out, and we have access to 35 million books for you. And you are welcome anytime to come in and make it your own.
And so we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Pirates will bring number 2, 3, and 4 to the plate here to face Jocelyn Cunningham. Cunningham has only allowed 2 hits to the Pirates, but they've been 2 big hits, allowing 5 runs. And the Pirates and St. Charles are tied at 5. We will take a break between games. We'll have our At the Break feature with Riley Murray, the catcher in today's game, and then be back for the play-by-play of the second game about 30 minutes after the conclusion of the first. Jocelyn Cunningham over 4 innings has walked 2, struck out 2. There have been 3 errors made behind her. And one of those errors was on base for Riley Murray's home run. Chloe Bell takes a strike. Chloe is a freshman, 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to the outfield. 5 feet 4 inches tall from St. Joseph, Missouri. And 0-2. Left fielder Mallory Waller over to pick it up in foul territory. She's joined in the outfield by Brooke Scott in center and Kylie Orff in right. Around the infield, it's Perry, Wilson, Kunertz, and Jerling. April Zeno is the catcher. That line drive is going to fall in there in front of Waller, and that's just the third hit for the Pirates. So the hit for Bell, who came in at .375. And the Pirates have the potential lead run at first base. Sporleader is the hitter. Carson has walked and scored a run, and she has flown out to Waller. Line toward Waller, but Waller doesn't have to move very much, and it's one out. Hit well by Karst, but right at Mallory Waller for the first out, and now Kerrigan Baker, who has been on base twice, once a 2-run home run and reached on an error in the fourth inning. St. Charles has made 3 errors. The Pirates have made 1. Cunningham looks into Zeno, and that's off the glove of Perry. It'll go as another base hit, and Pirates at first and second. Simply nothing Perry could do there on that ball. Hit so hard by Baker. Baker 2 for 3. And Lauren Crone is the hitter. Lauren's got some good pop, a couple of home runs. Also a high average, .443, the best among Pirate hitters. Ball 1. A little squibber, and they'll go to third for the out there. So Cunningham, very headsy, knew the situation, and knocks out the lead runner as Bell is out 1-5 for the second out. The second out. Crone at first base, Baker at second base. Haley Shepherdson has struck out, and she has walked. Ball 1 from Cunningham. Signs by Zeno. Toward the second baseman. Kunert's going to be a little bit late at second base, and the bases are loaded. So a tough play for Kunert. And going out is Dustin Wenger to discuss the call at second base. And now the two umpires will get together and discuss the point of Dustin Wenger. As it stands, I think you almost have to give a hit there to Shepherdson. If there is no chance it'll play at second base, in other words, if there wasn't a runner at first to start that pitch, and Kunert would have been forced to go to first base, I don't think she would have gotten the hitter because of the bobble. As it was, she had an option to go to second base, and that was late. So I'm going to give an error there on Kunert. The fourth error of the game for St. Charles. And whatever the discussion was, it didn't lead to much of an impact that we can tell. Bases are loaded for the Pirates. Riley Murray hit a 3-run homer last time. Let's see if she can hit a grand slam here. This might be just as good. Liner, 1 run is in. Here's the second runner to the plate, and the Pirates have scored 2 on a 2-run single by Riley Murray. So Riley Murray comes up big again for the Pirates. And the first pitch to Cook is a ball. Shepherdson at second base with 2 outs. 1-0 pitch to Cook, and that's a foul ball. That might have taken a bite out of Zeno's throwing hand. She's wincing a little bit. Cook has reached on an error and fouled out to the first baseman, Jana Jerling. And Bob Burris will give Zeno a little time to shake off that a little bruise to the hand. I call it little. It doesn't hurt me any. And Zeno indicates she's ready to go. Pirates have scored 2 to make it 7-5. Their first lead of the game, and the inning short-lived. Cook strikes out, and the inning comes to a close. But a 2-run single by Riley Murray, one of 3 hits in the inning for the Pirates. And the Pirates have their first lead.
We care about students coming in, feeling comfortable, getting what they need, and whether that's actual tutoring or if it's just they need to talk to someone, they need a pleasant environment to do their studying, that's what we're here for.
Pirates softball this afternoon on Pirates Digital Media. Started at 11 o'clock instead of the 1 o'clock scheduled start time because of the chance of rain later in the day. We haven't had any sprinkles that I can tell, even though there is a 30% chance through this afternoon. And this has been a heck of a softball game. Pirates now lead at 7-5. They trailed 2-0 after the first half inning, tied it at 2, then trailed 5-2, tied it at 5. And now they've taken a 2-run lead behind the 2-run single of Riley Murray, who has knocked in 5 and has 20 RBI for the season. Lauren Crone has struggled a little bit, to be honest. She has walked 3, but they were very early on. She threw 10 or 11 straight balls to start this game. Both of the walks in the first inning came around to score on Hunter Collins' RBI single. I'm sorry, one came around to score there. The other one scored on an error. The only error made by the Pirates, by the way. And St. Charles has been hurt by 4 errors in the game. Jana Jerling, the 3-run homer, hits to lead off the 6th inning for the Cougars. Our director today is Gunnar Golden. I am Rick Cole. Here we go. And our pitcher is Lauren Crone. Freshman from Princeton, Missouri, goes to work. Riley Murray behind the plate. Two balls and no strikes. Paige Perry and Brooks Scott will hit after Jerling, so that's the lower third of the St. Charles order. And 3-0. Crone has allowed 5 hits for 5 runs. The Pirates now have 5 hits for 7 runs. And that one right down the middle. So 3 balls and a strike. You know, it's actually turned out to be a very nice day. The wind at 10 miles an hour. Cloudy skies and 64 degrees, but we can live with that. There's one on the outside corner, and it's all full at 3-2. Crone taking a little bit of extra time as she waits. And the 3-2. And ball 4. So Jerling draws a walk from Crone, the 4th walk of the game for Lauren, but the first since the 2nd inning. Paige Perry has struck out, and she has flown to Emma Angel. And again, a little bit of a wild streak for Crone. 1 ball, no strikes. That will send the runner to second base. Wild pitch on Crone. Jerling down to second base and the count 2-0. Two balls, 1 strike. Nobody outs. And now 3-1. Paige Perry is from Festus High School, Festus, Missouri, down toward the boot heel. And now 3-2 again. Crone throwing a lot of pitches through these 6 innings. But happy to be back at 3-2 against Perry. And they'll do it again at 3-2. With our new press box here, I'm not sure we've had a ball land on top of the press box yet, but when it does, it's going to make a lot of noise with the steel roof. 3-2 on the way. And down on strikes. Big strikeout for Crone. So she walks one, she strikes one out. The 9th strikeout. I'm sorry, the 6th strikeout for Crone. And the hitter is Brooke Scott, who was struck out and grounded out to Kerrigan Baker. Bunt pushed toward Grace McKinney, but a foul. And a strike. So McKinney right there to make the play, although it was foul. Mallory Waller is the leadoff hitter. She waits on deck. And the freshman Scott digs in again. Just missed on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Pirates leading it by a pair now. A 2-run home run by Murray the last half inning has put the Pirates on top. McKinney with Bell back behind her. A sacrifice for Scott. 2 outs for Mallory Waller, who has walked twice and been out of the box making contact on a swing in the 4th inning. And Dustin Wengert is going to make a change here. And let's see, I think it's the runner. Okay, so Jerling is going to be run for by Andy McCool.
Hang on. You guys need no subs? You're good. You're good, I'm good.
That's a message toward us. But I think we can hear it, so we're good. As Bob indicated. So McCool at third base, the runner. And here's the pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. Signs by Riley Murray. Outside corner, went back door on her, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Both teams split their doubleheader yesterday. And this has been a very, very good game, back and forth. Murray under the gun here a little bit, has to keep everything in front of her. Although with the short backstops, it's not like baseball where it's almost automatic if a ball gets by the catcher or the runner at third, but a high likelihood that the runner will try to score. 2-1 toward the center fielder, and on the run, it's caught by Boyer for the out. So Boyer gets there to make the catch, and the inning comes to a close as pitching again out of danger, Lauren Crone gets out of the inning. And we're back with more softball in a moment.
I think that the A+ program is important to college students because after graduating high school, it can be really hard to know exactly what you want to do. And because of the A+ program, you can attend college, try out some of the classes, see what piques your interest, and find the career that's perfect for you without having all the financial risks.
I believe that the A+ scholarship program is important for college students because it gives them the opportunity to go into college and not have so much financial stress.
What inspired me to do the A+ scholarship was, well, my family and friends did it, and so I had an older sister, she did it, and it helped her throughout college, and I could take any help I can get to help pay for my college.
I think it's really important for college students because not only can it lower your costs for college, but it kind of keeps you on track too with the minimum GPA and staying out of trouble. It kind of keeps you on the right path during college.
Jocelyn Cunningham has pitched a pretty good game, only allowing 5 hits through 5 innings, but she has given up 3 home runs, and that's the difference as the Pirates lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning by 2. Pirates send Emma Angel to the plate. Emma takes a ball. She has reached on an error, and she has flown out to the second baseman, Bailey Kunert. Pirates Digital Media, the home of North Central Missouri College Athletics and the Region 16 postseason. Focusing on softball today. We'll be back with baseball on Wednesday, the 19th. Angel is a sophomore, so is Cunningham. Got fooled a little bit, and 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we start this long string of baseball games until the week before the regional tournament when we'll be back for a doubleheader in softball. Plus, the plan right now is to have all of the Region 16 games here in the tournament live streamed in one way or another. The only possibility right now is we have a game scheduled for our alternative field, and not quite sure what we'll do with that. That is behind the second baseman and going to drop in that triangle. So that Bermuda triangle that's out there between Orff, Scott, and Kunert eats up that ball, and Emma Angel has a hit. So the number 9 hitter is on with the 6th hit of the game for the Pirates, and now the leadoff hitter, Riley Boyer. Boyer is 0 for 3, and then it'll be Chloe Bell after that, even if there is a double play. And Riley Boyer takes a strike. Riley has flown out to Waller and left, has struck out swinging at Cunningham's offering, and has grounded out to Wilson at short. Paige Perry shortening up at third base in case there's a bunt or a slap hit more likely by Boyer. In fact, both the corners are a little closer, and it is a bunt. And it is Perry throwing for the out. Jerling stayed with the bag, and so the sacrifice moving Angel to second base on the 5-3 putout. Chloe Bell has a single and 3 trips to the plate against Cunningham, trying to stretch a 7-5 Pirate lead. If you're looking ahead to the St. Charles 7th inning, they have numbers 2, 3, and 4 coming up. That's going to be tough. Zeno trying to frame that ball back into the strike zone, but a tie and 1 ball, 1 strike, the result. Bell's hit was to left field in the 5th inning. Fairly deep. Scott going back and watching as it drifts out of play. And another home run for the Pirates. Well, I gotta say, I'm surprised as that one left on a fly ball that drifted. A 2-run home run to give the Pirates a 4-run lead. And now home plate umpire Bob Burris headed over to the Pirate dugout. Looks like he's collecting some balls there. Has a short talk with Salem Croy before walking those balls out to the circle. Salem Croy, by the way, will and has resigned at North Central as the assistant softball coach. She's going to go on and teach at Trenton High School next year, be the business teacher at Trenton High. She certainly has the bloodlines at both North Central and at Trenton High. Her dad was the athletic director, football coach at Trenton. Her mom, of course, is Jenny Croy, who Salem assisted in basketball for a year or two. Sport leader is the hitter. Salem came to the Pirates as a softball player, but that was the COVID year that got canceled. And she only played 1 year before going on to a 4-year school. She had a lot of dual credit classes in high school. She's pretty smart. All those Croy kids seem to be pretty darn smart. Anyway, we're going to miss her, and she's going on, though, to teach at Trenton High next year. Pirate lead is 4. A Sport leader takes another ball. 3-0. Jocelyn Cunningham has given up 4 home runs, accounting for all the runs by North Central. And there is a walk to Sport leader. The third walk issued by Cunningham. Harrigan Baker got the home run parade started with a 2-run homer in the first inning that tied the game. Pirates have a 3-run homer that tied the game again in the 4th. That was by Murray. And then a 2-run homer in the 6th inning you just witnessed. And I've got to correct myself here and say that the Pirates did score on a non-home run. That was a 2-run single by Murray. So 3 home runs, not 4. Baker starts to swing but holds back. She's been on base 3 times, once by an error, had a base hit in the 5th inning, and of course the homer in the 1st. Fouled straight back. 9-5 Pirates. 2 runs in the 1st for St. Charles, followed by a 3-run 3rd. The Pirates had a 2-run 1st, a 3-run 4th, a 2-run 5th, and now a 2-run 6th. Sport leader at first base with 1 out. Inning started with a single by Angel, a sacrifice by Boyer, then the 2-run shot to center by Bell, and a walk to Sport leader. Off the glove of the pitcher and past the shortstop Wilson. Sport leader will stop as Scott got to the ball in good shape. So a single by Baker, her 3rd hit of the game. And the Pirates, after trailing St. Charles for many innings in hits, now have 3 hits in the inning and 8 total compared to 5 for St. Charles. In fact, St. Charles hasn't had a hit since the 3rd inning. Crone fouls it away, and that got a piece of a couple of people back there, I think. The catcher, Zeno, and the home plate umpire, Bob Burris. They're going to give Zeno again a chance to shake it off, and got to allow Dustin Wenger to come and talk to his catcher. It's a tough job back there, and even though you are protected, if that mask hits off protection, or if the ball hits off protection rather, it's still a jarring impact. And so most umpires, in fact, I've never seen one that has refused to let a catcher have some extra time. And that's what Zeno's getting right now. The count 0-1. The hitter, Lauren Crone. The pitcher, Cunningham, misses high and outside. Between games, you'll get a chance to meet Riley Murray, the freshman catcher, who has had a nice day here. 5 RBI. And Crone right on that one, but fouls it back. I'll tell you what, St. Charles' outfield playing really deep right now. Brooks Scott is within 10 feet of the center field fence. And Crone showing good patience, takes another ball. Well, this has been, I think, a gut check for Lauren in the circle. Getting down early and having almost no control in the first half of the first inning, then seeing her team come back as she strikes out for the second out. Seeing her team come back and tie it, then go behind again by 3, then having it tied again, and then a 2-run single by Riley Murray to give them a 2-run lead, and now a 4-run lead. Shepherdson has walked. She struck out and she's reached on an error. Haley Shepherdson is the designated player in this game. She is from Weston, Missouri. Off the end of the bat and headed toward Wilson at short, and that will be the inning. So the Pirates come up with another 2 runs. This time the home run hit by Chloe Bell. And they have certainly done the job at the plate, especially late in this game. Let's see what St. Charles has as we go to the 7th. Lauren Crone comes back out for the 7th inning, trying to wrap this one up against St. Charles. But she'll have a challenge here. Bailey Kunert, the number 2 hitter. Hunter Collins, the number 3 hitter. And Kylie Orff, the number 4 hitter. Down by 4, St. Charles will look to get some people on base. And they have hit a couple of home runs. I take that back. They have hit 1 home run. I'm really overestimating these home runs. The home run was hit by Jana Jerling in the 3rd inning. They have an RBI single from Hunter Collins. They've also scored on an error. So here is Crone trying to get a complete game victory. Working to Kunert. Right down the middle. Kunert has gone 1 for 2, a walk, and has scored a run on the error we talked about. She's also flown out to Boyer in center field after singling to center in the second inning. Signs by Riley Murray, and that pitch towards center field, sinking fast and out of the reach of Boyer. It'll roll up against the fence, and going to second base is Kunert with a double. And you want to get back in the game, that's the way to do it. Just out of the reach of Boyer. Cook was closing in as well, but it goes for 2 bases, and Hunter Collins is the hitter. 1 for 3 with that RBI single to right field in the first inning of the game. That's going to be another base hit. Runners will move up. Going around third, the relay by Sportleader will not be made, and it's an RBI single for Collins, who wasted no time delivering. So now 9-6 on the second RBI in the game, and the 28th on the year by Hunter Collins. Kylie Orff is 0 for 3. And that one's high. Orff has reached on an error. She has popped up to Sportleader at short, and she was robbed of a hit by Emma Angel in right field going toward the foul line. Angel had to extend and catch the line drive about ankle high. Just off the plate. You know, Crone has got to be getting a little bit tired. She has thrown a bunch of pitches in this game. Right down the middle, Orff taking all the way. So 2-1. If any of these hitters takes a shot at a pitch before they have a strike, I'll be amazed. Although I got to say, Hunter Collins hit the first pitch for a run. Generally, the rule of thumb is if you're down, especially by multiple runs, you take a strike. I think maybe the school of thinking has changed a little bit, though, because hitters are so much better now, better schooled, more experienced. Three balls, 2 strikes. Pirates are up by 3, but they've got a long way to go here. Nobody out. Collins at first base has just knocked in a run. Orff is a .388 hitter headed into the game today. And that'll put runners at first and second. So again, Crone working herself into a little bit of a jam here. The walk is the 5th of the game for her. She has struck out 6. The hitter is Abby Wilson, the shortstop, 1 for 3. Pirates need it out big time. That'll help. On the other hand, St. Charles needs runners, and they've had those runners. A double by Kunert, a single by Collins, the base on balls to Orff. First and second now, 1 run in a 9-6 game. Crone looks in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Pirates from time to time have used Mavie Lavoie as a reliever late in the game and then started her in the second game. That's a distinct possibility here, but Crone has worked her way to this point by getting out of several jams, even though she's given up 6 runs. That's a long foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Some kind of big motorcycle rally or something going on here. There's a lot of noise out there. Oh, it's just by a couple of guys. Everything's louder in North Central Missouri. The 1-2. A good stop by Murray. 2 balls, 2 strikes. April Zeno on deck. That will be an infield fly rule, I believe, and Sporleader makes the catch anyway for the out. So now 1 down. Collins still at second, Orth still at first, and the hitter is April Zeno. A single in 3 trips to the plate against Crone. She steps in here with the tying run potentially on her back. Just missing his Crone. She's wearing her heart on her sleeve a little bit right here. She's been disappointed with a couple of calls on pitches in this inning. Trying to survive St. Charles here in the 7th inning, up by 3. One ball, 1 strike. Zeno's hit was in the 3rd inning. It was a liner to left. She also scored that inning on Jana Jerling's home run, and Jerling is on deck. Murray having trouble with it, has a chance at third base, but not quite as the runners move up. Took her a second to find the softball. It'll go down as a wild pitch, moving the runners, and now Zeno with a count of 2 balls and 1 strike. Crone trying to bow her neck and get out of this in the 7th to win the game. 2-2. A double to start the inning, an RBI single next, then a walk. So 2 on, 1 out after Wilson pops up on the infield. The freshman Zeno against the freshman Crone. And the count stays at 2-2. April Zeno came in hitting .338, has a 1 for 3 today, so that'll stay about the same. Has a home run, 16 RBI. Crone ready for the 2-2. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Zeno and Jerling, who's next, have both battled Crone extremely hard in this game. I would bet that Crone has had to throw more pitches to those two than any other combination of 2 hitters in the St. Charles lineup. As to my point, another foul ball by Zeno. Corners even with the bag. The middle infielders at regular position. And another 2-2 pitch. That could be playable. Sporleader has the best angle on it, and she will make the catch for the 2nd out. Cook certainly could have gotten there and called off Sporleader, but the sophomore took care of it, and now the Pirates are an out away from winning it. But they've got Jana Jerling at the plate, who already has a 3-run home run. A 3-run home run here would tie it. First base is open, and that's a possibility to walk Jerling and face Paige Perry, but we'll see what happens here. Looks like they're going to pitch to her. Maybe they'll pitch to her but not pitch to her, you know what I mean? By staying away from her, hoping she'll chase a pitch or two or three. Don't think that's a real likely possibility with the sophomore at the plate, but let's see. Two balls. An RBI single in the inning for Hunter Collins, who has 2 RBI in the game, has made it 9-6. Crone now with 2 outs. Misses just high. So now at 3-0, how down the middle do you want to be here? My guess is she's going to be way off down the middle and maybe try to fish a strike on the edge. But boy, you don't want to give her something to hit here. And yet she went after the outside edge for a strike. 3 balls and a strike. Crone against Jerling. And the bases are loaded. Again, not intentional, but certainly not trying to give her anything to hit. That'll send Jerling to first. At second base is Orff. At third base is Collins. And now the potential lead run at the plate, Paige Perry. But let's see if it's going to be Perry that'll hit. It is not going to be Perry. Instead, they're going to bring off the bench Emily Geary. And Geary is a dangerous hitter. Geary is the leading hitter in terms of average. And so Geary is going to come in here and hit for Perry. Geary this year, and she had a big game yesterday, Emily is hitting .413, the leading average on the team. 3 homers, that also leads St. Charles. 22 RBI. So she is a big-time hitter. She has 12 doubles, 4 triples, each leading the team. Geary now against Crone. Murray again on her horse to stop that. 2 walks in the inning. That's a total of 6 now for Crone. Brooke Scott is the next hitter. But there are 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. One and one. Pirates looking to win their 21st of the year. Emily Geary is from Valley Park, Missouri, a freshman. Should be easy. And the game's over. And the Pirates hang on to win it 9-6 and win the first game in this doubleheader from St. Charles. What a game it was. We'll recap it in just a moment.
I think that the A+ program is important to college students because after graduating high school, it can be really hard to know exactly what you want to do. And because of the A+ program, you can attend college, try out some of the classes, see what piques your interest, and find the career that's perfect for you without having all the financial risks.
I believe that the A+ scholarship program is important for college students because it gives them the opportunity to go into college and not have so much financial stress.
What inspired me to do the A+ scholarship was, my family and friends did it, and So like I had an older sister, she did it, and it helped her throughout college, and I could take any help I can get to help pay for my college.
I think it's really important for college students because not only can it lower like your costs for college, but it kind of keeps you on track too with the minimum GPA and staying out of trouble. It kind of keeps you on the right path during college.
Final in game one is 9-6 Pirates. It went back and forth for a long time with St. Charles leading it 2-0, 5-2. Then the Pirates jump out to a 7-5 lead, then let it 9-5 before St. Charles came back with a run in the seventh inning. The winning pitcher, and boy, she had to work at it. Lauren Crone gets the win, allowing 6 runs on 7 hits. She is now 6-5 on the year. For the Pirates, they get 9 runs on 8 hits against loser Jocelyn Cunningham, who is 8-5 on the year. RBIs for Hunter Collins. She had a pair of RBI singles, a 3-run homer for Cougar Janet Jerling. The highlights for St. Charles and for North Central Missouri College, it was home run city. A 2-run homer by Kerrigan Baker, 3-run homer by Riley Murray, and then a 2-run home run by Chloe Bell. Also a 2-run single by Riley Murray. So Riley Murray has a big game. She goes 2 for 3 with a homer and 5 RBI, leading the Pirates to a 9-6 victory. Significant because Riley Murray is also our guest here at the break. We'll have a chance to visit with her, and then we'll be back with Game 2 in just a moment on Pirates Digital Media.
Riley, tell us a little bit, if you would, about how you decided to come to North Central.
So Coach recruited me, and I had my visit, and I loved the atmosphere of it, and Coach was a great person, and all around, like as a coach and a person, and that really attracted me to the softball team.
Right.
And then just the people.
Yeah. Yeah, and these days we hear a lot about culture. Is that kind of what you're talking about? Atmosphere is good, the culture atmosphere is good?
Yeah, it's kind of like back home. Not a
Yeah?
lot's changed. Like how I was raised back home, it's how they do it around here, kind of.
And could you point to one specific thing that you're talking about?
Family-based. Everyone loves each other here.
Right.
I love that. So.
Right. That's a real
Yeah.
positive thing about this. Yeah. You're playing softball now for the first time at the college level. What's that been like?
I've loved it. The team has made it so fun. They're like family. They're like my sisters. So
Right.
I've just loved it.
Coach Van Dyke talks all the time about the meshing of this group. They've really meshed well. Was that pretty apparent to you from the first?
Yeah, well, so the fall season, we weren't as meshed, but like we were all good people, but not meshed yet. And
No.
then the spring season, it really just kicked off, and we're together all the time. After we play, we hang out. I mean, we're hanging out all the time.
Right.
We just love each other. So that's
Totally unfair question. I think maybe you touched on it a little bit, but how do you, if you were going to manufacture that, how would you do that? Is it group activities? Is it just getting to know people? Does it just take some time?
I think it's taking time, one, and then, I don't know, a little bit of everything, I would say.
Right.
And also, like, understanding everyone didn't come from where you came from. So
That's a very good point.
not everyone's going to be like you.
That's a great
You
way.
have to be mature for sure.
Yeah, that speaks to a lot of things, maybe even just our social things in general in the world. Okay, enough of that big-time philosophy stuff. Tell me a little bit about your softball to date. What's been good? What have you enjoyed the most? All of that kind of stuff.
I've enjoyed a lot. I've enjoyed the girls.
Mhm.
Again, like, I think just it's a great opportunity to play with them. Great team. We're only together for 2 years, so just
Right.
trying to make memories. Getting to play the sport I love.
Right. But I mean, as far as like really hitting, for instance, has that been a tough adjustment for you?
I haven't done as good as I've wanted to do, but I've done okay.
Right.
Got to remind myself it's a game. So it's been fun. It hasn't been that hard of adjustment. Softball is softball, but it is top level now. So it's not
Right.
high school anymore. It's college.
Well, and toward that end, do you find yourself being more frustrated because you're facing better competition now?
I'm a type of person, I like to be right here. So if I strike out, which happens, it happens. It's softball. And it's always it's softball. It happens. It's a game of mistakes.
Right.
And that's how I play the game.
So you're very much in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How about school? How's school going for you? And what are you doing in school academically?
School's going good. I took 20 credit hours this semester, so
that's a lot.
It's been busy.
Especially for a in-sport season.
Yeah, so it's been busy,
sport.
but I've been able to apply myself, and so now I know what I can do, and I'm getting my AA, and then I'm doing a couple certificates next year, and then after, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I could go into business or children's ministry, or I could go play on wherever God takes me. So
right, good deal.
Yeah.
You seem very based, very real. By any chance, does that come from your parents? And would you talk about them a little bit?
Yeah. So my parents, they own a flooring business back in Topeka, Kansas.
A flooring business.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my mom also owns she breeds French bulldogs. So I taking care of my siblings a lot. They're always busy, and then I help out with the family business, of course.
Right.
So we're all really close. I look up to them a lot, my parents.
So when you do the flooring thing, do you put on those knee pads and you crawl around in the dirt?
I'm not putting the floors in, but okay. I will be at the front desk helping people.
Gotcha. Okay, you're a customer service.
Yes.
And,
yes.
I've got you. What do you want to do, and how do you want your softball career to end? What would be? We're looking down the road here a little bit, but what do you want to say? I got out of playing softball at North Central.
Memories with the girls. I mean. That's what I've been reminding even my teammates when we get down or something, like, let's have fun, like it's almost over. Let's just have memories together. Who cares if this happens, this happens. In the long run, we won't remember if we lose or win.
Yeah, I think that's very true. I really do. Thank you so much for joining us here between games.
Yep, thank you.